Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is our episode 3 of the IoT beginners class. In the previous 2 episodes, we introduced IoT. We talked about the IoT architecture. We talked about sensors. We talked about microcontrollers. And we talked about how sensors receive, how sensors detect certain physical quantities and then send out electronic signals to our microcontroller, and how the microcontroller processes this electronic data and then give out useful information. Now, we'll be looking at actuators, all right? We'll look at actuators today, and then we'll look at IoT gateways, and then we'll round it off for today. And then tomorrow we take the last part of the class, which is episode 4. All right, so what are actuators? Actuator is actually a part of a device or a machine that helps to achieve physical movement. Actuators, they do more of mechanical movement. You get it? Now, the reason why I'm bringing actuator into this is because of the fact that there are times you just want to use your IoT design to control certain points. You just want to control, probably you want to control an electric motor, you want to control a light, you want to switch off an AC light, you want to switch it off and switch it on. You need actuators to be able to do that. For example, when you see automated gates in buildings or the ones you see in movies, those automated gates are actually made up of electric motors. Those electric motors are actually actuators because they perform physical movement. They do mechanical work. All right. So these things can be interfaced with our microcontrollers, and instructions can be given by a user through his phone or via the internet to either open or lock a gate. Are you getting it now? So let's look at some types of actuators. Now, we have different types of actuators, actually, different types of actuators, but we'll focus our attention mainly on the electric actuators. We actually have pneumatic actuators, those that have to do with air. We have hydraulic actuators, those that have to do with liquid, and we have electric actuators. Electric actuators are simply electromechanical devices which allow movement through the use of electronically controlled system of gears. All right, very good example of electronic or electric actuators are your electric motors, servo motors. All right, we have stepper motors. These are all actuators because they help to perform one mechanical function or the other in your IoT circuit. All right. Now, the actuator that we'll be focusing attention on, which is what we're going to include in our design in episode 4, is a relay. A relay is actually an actuator. A relay is referred to as a binary actuator. Referred to as binary actuator in the sense that it has two states. It is either on or off. So we can use our microcontroller to actually set our relay to the on position or off position. So just get this at the back of your mind, because we're going to be exposing these actuators in episode 4. All right. So let's look at IoT gateways. What are IoT gateways? Now, IoT gateways, an IoT gateway is a physical device or software program that serves as a connection between the cloud and controllers or sensors and intelligent devices. So simply put, IoT gateway actually help transmit data, local data, into wireless data to the cloud. Picks up the local data from your microprocessor, your microcontroller, and then it converts this local data into a wireless data, and then it's uploaded to the cloud. Now, take note, I've been making mention of cloud. I made mention of cloud storage. I made mention of cloud processing. Now, these are actually This actually has to do with cloud computing. But I don't want you to bother yourself with this because we already have softwares. With softwares I'm going to introduce to you in episode 4, we already have softwares, open source softwares that already deals with this cloud computing. It makes our work in IoT very easy. It's just a matter of configuring the software. There are already templates that are created. You can as well create your own templates in these softwares, and then you use them for whatever you want to use them for. All right. So now there are actually special IoT gateways that you can actually make use of, but they may be quite expensive for you as a beginner. So you can actually get your ESP32 microcontroller, which has a Wi-Fi module in it. And then in your program, you are going to enable the Wi-Fi module, and then you are going to save the credentials of a particular router or a Wi-Fi hotspot. All right. You can save the credentials, the hotspot name and the hotspot password in your ESP32. All right. Then you code it into it. So each time the ESP32 comes on, it automatically connects with the router or your Wi-Fi hotspot, and then it gains access to the internet. All right. So with that, you'll be able to transfer information from your local storage or your local processor into the cloud. And as well, somebody can, wherever you are, you can be anywhere, any part of the world, as long as you have access to the internet, you can actually control, send information to the cloud, from the cloud to your IoT gateway or your router or your IoT, your Wi-Fi hotspot to your ESP32, and then that information can be related, can be sent to an actuator, probably a relay or whatever is connected to it, or an electric motor. All right. So this is how this image here shows us the entire system, how it looks like. Now, we have our Arduino here. We have our ESP32 here. Now, you can actually make use of your Arduino and then look for a Wi-Fi shield and connect it to it, and then connect it to a router, your normal internet router, your usual internet router. Probably just make sure that you have good internet service. So you connect your ESP32 to the router. The router is already connected to the internet or the cloud. And then you have your other devices that are connected to the internet. So you can send information. If sensors are connected to the ESP32 or the Arduino board, the sensors can send information to the ESP32 through your router to the cloud, and then you receive the information in your systems, in your various systems that are connected to the internet. All right, so today's class is very brief. Please prepare your mind for tomorrow's episode 4. All right, so we're going to stop here today. Thank you very much. My name remains George Otive.